Good day everyone, my name is Captain Jack and welcome back to the channel. So to keep up with the tradition that we're actually covering most of the Battlefront 2 news at the minute, I thought I'd be wise to come and sit down today and discuss the latest community transmission for the game. In case you don't know what a community transmission is, it is basically like a development update for the game, where the community manager comes out and tells us about all the stuff that's coming to the game, the changes are going to happen, and just giving us more details before the actual update drops. I was going to cover this yesterday, but seeing it was my birthday, I didn't actually have time to sit down and make a video, so we're going to do it today and just do a run over of it. If you do want dedicated Star Wars videos and Star Wars news surrounding Battlefront 2 and just anything Star Wars at all, head over to my dedicated Star Wars channel, which we're currently in the middle of revamping and bringing some latest videos in it. Star Wars Galaxy, there'll be a link on screen and in the description right now. Head over there and you can get all the Star Wars news you need. Anyway, let's jump into the community transmission about Geonosis Vehicles. So this community transmission basically goes over all the vehicles that are going to be on the Geonosis map for us to play with. Surprisingly, it doesn't cover the other droid ship or the other droid unit I was on about, the homing spider or whatever it's called. I'm not sure why, I think that's because you can't actually drive it or something like that. But anyway, these are all the vehicles you can actually control. So as in last week's video, we talked about the ATT, one of the units I'm most excited about for. This unit is massive and is coming to Battlefront 2. As I explained, it's been a fan favourite of mine for ages now, and I just love the unit to be honest. And the fact we're all going to be able to use it in Star Wars Battlefront 2 in Geonosis, which is on the 28th, I believe. Don't quote me on that date. It is going to be amazing. So let's get some details about the ATTE. Obviously, we know it's got its 6 articulated legs, as the name would suggest. It's great at traversing all types of terrain. This makes their deployment on Geonosis incredibly useful, due to the arid and rocky landscapes. So, unlike other vehicles, the ATT will not be available for battle points. Instead, they will be deployed dynamically across the planet. Now I'm just going to highlight this out for you here. This is amazing news to us, meaning you can just hop in an ATT when they drop. You don't have to save up to battle points, you don't have to keep grinding for these points on the battlefield. If you see one and it's empty, you can hop into it, which is really cool. Kind of reminds you of the old Battlefront 2 games where if it was an ATT, you could just get in it. You didn't have to unlock it through some weird menu, didn't have to pick up any tokens or weird shit like that. You could just run over and hop into it. It is amazing. I'm so excited to how this is going to work, and also the fact they're being dropped into the battlefield as well. The immersion levels with the Battle of Geonosis is going to be so cool. I'm actually planning on rewatching Attack of the Clones before this update drops, so it's going to be quite cool. On another note, if you are looking for more Battlefront 2 gameplay, I'm currently grinding my way through live streams and such to get more credits to unlock General Kenobi when he drops on the 28th. So if you do want to come watch me most evenings, head over to my Twitch channel, which is CaptainJackYT, twitch.tv/CaptainJackYT, where some nights we're streaming Star Wars Battlefront 2, and you are welcome to join if you can. Anyway, more on this update. So it goes on to say, if you're playing as a clone trooper, then the ATT is key to victory, as they are needed to capture the final objective. Check out last week's video if you're not sure about that. If you're a droid, you'll be doing everything you can to destroy them, or face certain defeat by yourself. The update goes on to say, the ATT remains one of the biggest off-rail vehicles we've ever built for Star Wars Battlefront 2, and we can't wait to see it marching across the Geonosian landscape. Neither can I, to be honest, because that is going to be amazing. So, they go on to talk about the abilities. Now, it's got its 4 laser cannons on the front, it's got its main driver cannon, or mass driver cannon, which is a big gun on the top. It also has an ability called Tactical Support, which basically supports all the clone troopers and units around you. It can also scan for nearby droids, which is really cool. So as I mentioned in my other video I did the other day, it really is key to stay next to the ATT, not only to protect it, but also to take advantage of its tactical support modes as well. So if you're playing as an ATT, if you're driving it, you're a really key character on the battlefield, so you've got to play your cards right. The ATT also comes with an ion charge. This transitions into a siege mode, allowing the ion charge to be fired instantly. It's basically to disable the hard cell transports, so they can be damaged by other weapons such as a blast pistol or something like that. It also acts as a mobile spawn point, which is another really cool thing. I can't wait to see how these work. Given the fact Geonosis is meant to be one of the biggest maps they've ever done, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how these mobile spawn points work, because I expect it's really going to help people push up the battlefield a little bit more. They also discuss the weakness of the ATT, basically that it can be resistant against standard blaster fire. However, droids that get underneath it are going to cause big damage to it. So as I mentioned earlier, if you're a clone trooper, you want to stay close to it, not only to protect it, but also to take advantage of those ability refreshes. So, our next unit is the STAP. So, this is the single troop aerial platform. You first saw it in the Phantom Menace, then you've seen it in the Clone Wars quite a few times. I remember a really cool scene from the Citadel episodes where Kenobi slices commander droids and stuff like that. Really cool. So, also, this is a speedy unit for the Battle Droid faction. If you're playing as a CIS, you'll be able to unlock these. I think they cost like 150 battle points. I'll check in a minute. So basically you can fly these around, they're super fast, but they are very weak as well, so that's something to note on. The abilities of a stat is obviously got its light blaster cannons, it's got a motion scan, so you can scan for nearby clone troopers to destroy, you got a heat sink as well to stop your main weapon from overheating, and you've also got a laser barrage. Yep, as it just says there, the battle point cost for this is 150. So quite a key and cheap unit, I guess. You're probably going to see a lot of these on the battlefield, so it's really going to be quite cool. Just on a separate note, if Battle of Geonosis is going to be one of the biggest maps they've done so far, I really wish they'd up the player count for Galactic Assault to like the Battlefield levels where it's 32 versus 32. I think I could do a lot better, but alas, that's a bit of a shame. Anyway, vehicle details. We're now onto the Bark Speeder. So this is a Biker Advanced Recon Commando Speeder. You saw these in episode 3 and various episodes of the Clone Wars. They're quite cool little speeders, and I'm surprised they weren't added sooner. They were in the original Battlefront 2 game as well. They're basically like a fast and aggressive speeder that clone troopers zoom around on. It's quite cool. So abilities, they're exactly the same as a stat. You got light blaster cannons, motion scan, heat sink, and the laser barrage. Again, this costs 150 credits. Sorry, battle points I mean, not credits. 150 battle points, so it's pretty easy to unlock. You're probably going to see quite a few of these on the battlefield. So yeah, overall, these are some pretty cool units coming to Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the 28th, I believe. I think that is definitely the confirmation date for the update. I'll have to check somewhere. But yeah, next week apparently we're meant to be getting a deep dive into Obi-Wan Kenobi and the rest of the Geonosian update. So I'm really looking forward to it. I want to know, are you guys looking forward to the Geonosis update as well? Because I am ecstatic for it. I cannot wait to jump into the Battle of Geonosis with my friends, lots of clone troopers and battle droids, and just play this biggest map they've created so far. It is going to be fun. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments section because I am massively enjoying Star Wars Battlefront 2 at the minute. As I previously discussed, I know it had its rocky start, a lot of people are hesitant of picking it up because of this, however, we're coming up to a year now since the game released. And some people do criticize me going, oh yeah, but there's not been much content, etc. I really think this is them setting themselves up on a new path for Battlefront 2. We know we're obviously getting Obi-Wan Kenobi, we're getting the 212, we're getting these vehicles, we're getting the new large-scale game mode in February along with Anakin Skywalker and Count Dooku, which is really cool. And there's rumours that there's going to be more content going through the rest of 2019, like they're going to support Battlefront 2 for an extra year. So it's pretty cool to see where this game is going. So I'm excited and I can't wait to see where else it goes. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comment section as I'm really keen to see what you guys think about it. Don't forget, if you want to catch more gameplay, I will be streaming this game on a weekly basis over on twitch.tv/CaptainJackYT. There is a link in the description, so don't forget to go and check it out. Also, if you are an avid Star Wars fan and want to keep up to date with the latest Star Wars information, head over to my other YouTube channel, Star Wars Galaxy, where you can keep up to date with the latest Star Wars news and Battlefront 2 gaming news. In the meantime, I've been Jack, thanks for tuning in today, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye.